It was a cold winter night in New York City. Snow covered the streets, and the chilling wind made people rush home, seeking warmth. Among them was Daniel, a young businessman, exhausted after a long day at work. As he hurried to catch his train, he noticed an old man sitting on a bench near the station, shivering in the freezing cold. The man, Mr. Thompson, had a thin blanket wrapped around him, but it was clear that it wasn't enough to keep him warm. People passed by, barely noticing him, as if he were invisible. Daniel hesitated for a moment. He was in a hurry, after all, but something in his heart told him to stop. He walked over and asked, "Sir, are you okay?" Mr. Thompson looked up, surprised that someone had spoken to him. His eyes were filled with sadness. "I'm fine, son. Just trying to get through another night." Daniel felt a pang of guilt. He had everything: a good job, a warm apartment, and plenty of food, yet here was a man struggling to survive. Without a second thought, Daniel took off his own coat and placed it around Mr. Thompson's shoulders. "This should help a little," he said with a smile. Tears welled up in the old man's eyes. "Thank you, young man. People usually walk past me like I don't exist." Daniel wasn't satisfied with just giving his coat. He walked to a nearby cafe, bought a warm meal, and brought it back to Mr. Thompson. "Eat this, please," he insisted. The old man ate slowly, savoring every bite. "You have no idea how much this means to me," he whispered. Daniel sat beside him and started a conversation. He learned that Mr. Thompson had once been a teacher but had lost his family and home after a series of tragedies. No one had offered him help in years. That night, Daniel didn't just give warmth through a coat, he gave warmth through kindness. But what happened next was truly life-changing. The next morning, Daniel couldn't stop thinking about Mr. Thompson. He decided to share the encounter on social media, urging others to notice the invisible struggles around them. His post went viral, inspiring thousands. One of the people who read the story was an old student of Mr. Thompson, who recognized his former teacher. Shocked to find him homeless, he immediately reached out to Daniel. Within days, the student and a group of alumni came together, raising funds to help their beloved teacher. They found him a place to stay, helped him get medical care, and even arranged a small job for him at a local school. When Daniel visited Mr. Thompson again a few weeks later, he barely recognized him. The man who had once shivered on a bench now stood before him, clean, healthy, and smiling. "You saved my life, Daniel," Mr. Thompson said, his voice filled with gratitude. Daniel shook his head. "No, sir. Kindness saved your life. I just started the chain."